Hello, everybody. We're back with part two of Selection Sort. This is Dr. J, and I have with me Prajwal to help me out with part two of Selection Sort program. Prajwal, notice I made one little change from what we had before.
Void.
Yeah, it was void to find position of load, but I realized void doesn't help us very much. We need to know the actual position and in order to do a swap. So we need to get a pointer back. So I changed that. Okay, so let's finish main. Main so far says just prints the list, right? So let's do selection sort, call to selection sort, and then see how the list changes. Hopefully it'll be in order. So how do we call the void method? Just the name, right?
Yes, Professor.
Selection sort, and we're passing the array,
Yes.
which is A,
And 16.
and we're passing we're passing the length 16. Okay, that should work. And let's print. Well, let's print a message first. The list after selection sort. And then we'll call print list, right? All right, so how do we call print list again?
Same print list.
Same thing, right? Exactly. Because we're printing the entire list, so it would be from A
And length 16.
To length 16.
So this is after the sort.
After the sort, yeah. All right, and hopefully it'll come out in ascending sequence. Let's put a little comment. I'll put it on line comment. Should be in ascending sequence, yeah. Okay, of course, we could have done it in descending sequence just as easily with selection sort. And let's also do the swap method. Now, ordinarily, to swap three integers, you need 3 lines of code, right? And it's the same is going to be true here. So I think we discussed how to do that. Void swap, and we're looking for 2 int pointers, right? So I'll call them P and Q, something like that. Asterisk P, int, asterisk Q.
So there's double I in the int.
Oh, yeah. I'm not the best typist. I took typing in middle school. That was a long time ago. I think I flunked typing. So int asterisk P, int asterisk Q, and we need 3 lines. So the first line would be to set up some temporary integer to store,
A minimum value.
to store what P is pointing to.
Okay.
So P is pointing to what? Asterisk P. Asterisk P. Store the int pointed to
P.
by P, right. And now we can go ahead and change P. We can destroy P by putting Q into it. So asterisk P should be the int pointed to by Q, correct. So now P has been destroyed, but it's saved in T, right? So asterisk Q can be restored with the original value, right? With the original value, which is equal to what?
T, the temporary.
Correct. And that is all there is to it. The swap method is done. That was pretty easy. So let's go down and start selection sort method. We'll define that. Okay, selection sort is also void.
Selection sort.
Yeah. And we need a pointer. I don't know, stick with P for pointer. And the length of the array. Stick with N. We've been using N. So why get different? All right, so remember the idea behind selection sort? If there's n elements, there's n minus 1 passes, right? So we need a for loop. And in that for loop, we're going to use pointer arithmetic. So we're going to increment p by 1 each time through the loop. So let's start setting it up. We'll begin by saying for int, let's see, int I equal,
0.
all right, int I equal, doesn't really matter, we're just going to count. So we're going to go to n minus 1, right? I less than n, I plus plus,
Semicolon here as well.
yes. It's good I got you. All right, semicolon. So now let me put a little comment that this is just counting how many times to loop. Count n minus 1 time passes. Count n minus 1 passes. I could have called it P for pass. I could have just called it instead of I pass. It doesn't really matter. All right, so that's the pass number. Now in the pass number, what we're going to do is call swap. We're going to swap the pass number, which is P, swap P with what's pointed to by P, asterisk P. That would be the pass number. Same thing as A of I, really. With,
Asterisk Q.
no, with, we have to call find position of low. We didn't write that one out yet, but let's find position of low, and that has two parameters. First one is a pointer, which tells you tells the function where to begin looking. So let's begin looking at, I can begin looking at asterisk P or asterisk P plus 1. Doesn't really matter. Asterisk P plus 1.
So this function is for the lowest value, right?
Yes, it's going to return the pointer, which is the position of the
Lowest.
lowest element with the lowest value. That's exactly right. So asterisk P plus 1. No, well, wait a second. I think there are two parameters. First one is the array has to be passed. The array has to be passed. Yeah, the array has to be passed. So the array is in P, and the second one is the length. The length is going to be n
Minus 1.
Well, depending on which pass number we're in, maybe n minus I. N minus I is the pass, is where to begin. Yeah, let's try n minus I. That's kind of tricky. And that's all there is to selection sort, I believe. If we have the right idea here. It's a little confusing the way I coded it. But we're going to stop right here because I want this digested. And then we'll come back for part 3, and I'll ask you to come back again.
Sure.
Okay. So we're gonna take a break right here so that we can go over this and discuss the idea in class, and then we'll continue with the video.
And we'll be back.
Yes, we will be right back. You won't even notice that we're gone.